Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A Healthy Dose of Fran. Today, Percy Jackson returns in a new video looking at probably my most favourite character in the entire series, Reyna Avila Ramirez-Arellano, Praetor of the 12th Legion. Reyna is shrouded in mystery, and that's possibly what makes her my favourite character. But today I want to unravel one of those mysteries, and this mystery is how Reyna became Praetor of New Rome. The word Praetor indicates the man who goes before the others. If this is to be taken literally, the title may be derived from the army, but if we allow for a figure of speech, it may have been coined to describe a civil official. The word was certainly used to describe the first councils. However, as history dictates, praetors were elected officials put into office by their peers to be leaders of armies and the magistrate, a sort of supreme justice. In learning this, we begin to understand the background behind New Rome's ways of electing praetors, and coming closer to understand why Reyna herself may have come in to this position. From this original definition of what a praetor was back in ancient Rome and applying that to New Rome now, we can begin to understand the possibility of the reasons behind Reyna becoming praetor. And considering what we know her personality is like and who her godly parent is, Beloma, we can make the assumptions of how she became praetor. So I'm going to make some of these assumptions, and of course if you have your own, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But until then, here are my reasons. What we know of Reyna's background, I think, is what leads to her being a great leader. We know that her and her sisters survived their father's abuse, went on to survive Blackbeard's pirate ship and nearly even take over, to the point that Blackbeard had to let them go unless he lost his ship. Reyna then battled her way and found New Rome, and from what we can assume, spent many years there to then go on and have many victories, one of which during the Titan War, although from what we know of the history, she was already praetor at that point. But from this heroism and the fact that she can hold her own and have this strategic mind to battle through these hard times, we can make the assumption that the leaders and the Senate of New Rome recognised this ability in Reyna and realised that she could protect them and be a great leader for the army. The other is the fact that Reyna, or at least her family, the Ramirez-Arellanos, were blessed by Beloma and told that they would have many successes in battles and play pivotal roles in all of these. And from that fact alone, whether or not New Rome knew this, it's possible that Reyna showed her true strength in a battle that has so far been undisclosed in the series, that she showed this prowess and played a vital role in one of these scenarios, that it showed the Senate that she was worth taking a chance on. Coupled with this is the fact that she has great stoicism, which is something that is admired in Roman culture. She's able to balance her politics and her beliefs well enough that her emotions do not take control of the situation. She can think with a level head and make the decisions that the Senate need made without having any bias. Reyna also has a great sense of justice, and from that alone, especially from what we heard with the description of Praetor at the start, this idea of justice is vital to the role because they often act as a council or a supreme justice, making the decisions as to what price must be paid for certain actions. She is the one who has the final say as to a person's position, and the fact that we can see how she has this sense of justice and right and wrong, and that there is no true morally grey. There is right and there is wrong. There is no in between. I think New Rome would have recognised that in her and see someone who would be a great purveyor of justice. What we know about Reyna is that she is very well versed in politics, strategy, philosophy and the ideas of justice, things vital to the survival of Rome. Now, we don't know much about her past with New Rome, but it is easy to make the assumption that at some point in her past, either during a battle or during a battle of words, Reyna proved herself strong in these areas, both possibly to the Senate and her fellow soldiermen. Now, from the definition at the start about how when a praetor is decided, it is based on that of a senate or her peers. Because of this alone, and from what we saw with Percy, who was cried to be praetor when he came back with a win for New Rome, we can make the assumption that when she has made this victory either with words or with actions, the people of New Rome recognised her talent as a leader and hailed her the new praetor. If we were to learn more about Reyna's past, I would be unsurprised to learn that she rose through the ranks quite quickly, especially based on her survival tactics, her battle strategy and her ideas of justice and her stoicism, all working to her advantage. I'm hoping in the next Trials of Apollo book that does feature Reyna, we learn a bit more about her past and her leadership and her as a person. As I mentioned, she is very much shrouded in mystery. But from what we know about her, from how she acts and from what we have seen, it is clear that she would have risen through the ranks. She's only been at New Rome for only a few years and risen to the rank of praetor. So suffice to say, it would make sense that she has exceptional ability that both New Rome, the Senate and her peers recognised, which led to her becoming praetor of New Rome. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me that it is through Reyna's skills and abilities as a leader and as a strategist that led to her becoming praetor of New Rome? Or do you think there is something else about her that may have led to this decision being made? Let me know in the comment section down below. Before I finish this video, I want to give a huge thank you to the fantastic artist Clyman Hearts, whose work is used in this thumbnail. I've linked all of her social media down below. Go check out her artwork, it is fantastic. I've used hers before in previous videos, such as the Magnus Chase video, so go check that video out, and just in general, check out her artwork because it is gorgeous. So thank you again, Clyman Hearts, for letting me use your artwork. I really do appreciate it. But in general, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you go to the description box down below, you'll find the links to my Instagram and Patreon, where on Patreon you can now get access to 5 different tiers of goodies, including early access, poll involvement, future saves, and a personalised video message from yours truly. But if you're unable to support me on Patreon, don't worry, you can support me here on YouTube by going to the button down below and hitting subscribe, or clicking the one popping up here on screen. If you want to check out any of my previous Percy Jackson videos, the playlist will be popping up here, and there's something else for you beautiful people will be popping up here. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.